is an adult content creator, right? Erotic photographer and videographer, and I am preparing erotic galleries for public. Okay, my website has a very limited content. That is why I have decided to create erotic galleries online. Okay, and make this available for general public. Okay, I have found out that the Telegram, okay, can hold the capacity of images, videos, GIFs, okay, short and long videos, okay, and I can load to Telegram. So what I'm doing is that I am moving galleries from my website, okay, and moving to Telegram. And let me just tell you more about what would be included in erotic galleries. Okay, so usually erotic galleries consist from photography, okay, movie stills, GIFs, like I mentioned, and videos. There will be short videos and medium long videos, okay, on this erotic gallery. Now it is very complicated for me to move videos from website to Telegram, okay, but I will find a way. Okay, I will find a way. So what are the categories in my online galleries? Okay, there will be models, right? There will be models, female models, right? Glamour models, escort models, right? There is a very big section of ladies, right? I taken the pictures of. And that is very exciting and interesting because you see when we look at the female body, right, at the shape, at the energy, yeah, we get excited, right? That is why we are very excited about adult work, okay, because there are a lot of adult models. And in the past, I shot a lot of adult models, and of course, I shot normal people. Not everyone is the model, and not everyone is performing like one, okay? So when you would go to my membership galleries online, you could see this. There are girls who are in fitness, in dancing, into performing, right, and into adult work. They creating a totally different content, okay, than the girl, you know, who is doing an erotic photo shoot for their boyfriend or a husband, right? So there will be two sections, right? One will be model section on my gallery list, and the other will be woman, right? Woman, and women create nude photography and explicit photography and boudoir photography for their husband and a boyfriend, a partner, right? So you would notice, okay, the difference, because you see when I shoot glamour photography or escort photography, it's a different content, okay? It's more about everything for glamour, right? And for normal people, I shoot, how to say, I shoot energy most of the time. So we are not so much focused in a perfection mode, right? So when the model shooting for adult work, they have a very huge competition there, right? So it's a different requirements when you shoot ladies who are creating erotic photography for their loved one, okay? And it's totally different when the lady is creating erotica for work, okay, because not only that we shoot in a different way, we need to polish it, okay, polish in the way sometimes that the lady is not recognizable. That's true, that's an escort, okay. So you would find on my membership on erotic gallery both sections. Yeah, the topic is for escort models, okay, and the topic is of course for a normal regular woman, right? So that would be one option. Of course, there will be an option for couples. Okay, I shot a lot of couples boudoir, couples nude photography, and the most popular is no restrictions and no limit erotic photo shoot for couples, where they create make love scenarios. Okay, and when they create scenarios, we create a totally different shoot for every couple. Okay, because they have different fantasies, they bring totally different outfits, they want different things to try, okay, and the couple in general, there is how to say, again, there is a very different way how people making content for corn, okay, and when a couple is coming to a photo studio, never done erotic photo shoot before, okay, and they starting right? Maybe nervous, maybe awkward. You would see this. I would not put only the best shots or final shots to my gallery. I am more interested to provide you an information that you would see before and after. Okay, how couples started. Okay, how is it the first touch? The eyes met, the hands met, how they start cuddling and how they escalate that energy. I think this is very important to find out and see because everyone is different. Okay, and so I decided to move most of the content to the galleries for my viewers to see what's going on with the couples. Okay, when couple is booking erotic photo shoot, what they're interested is to see how the other's doing it. Okay, they want to see not just few pictures, they want to see the whole shoot. Okay, how the shoot escalated, where the couple, being directed, what kind of the scenes I taken with the couple, how far the couple managed to go during the photo shoot, how much nudity and explicit stuff and fantasy and erotica and, naughty things were happening in the studio. That's what they want to see, okay? So the topic for couple photography is huge, okay? And why I'm saying is huge, because some couples are very shy, okay, and conservative, and they would like to have a certain limited action, okay? They would say, no, we're not gonna do anything sexual. And some couples are very open-minded, okay? So you would see the mix, the mix of, who likes what, okay? That will be I presenting in my online galleries on Telegram, okay? And I have moved very little, okay, very little content. Of course, every month I'm planning to move more and more content to my galleries, and then eventually I will open it, okay, and I will invite the viewers, right? So now I am just making an announcement that there will be erotic galleries available, okay, on my channel, right? And this announcement will be everywhere, right? Starting from now. I just want to make sure that people know that I am creating erotic galleries for them, okay, so that they can see the passion, the desire, people being nervous and scared before the photo shoot, okay? People creating, despite all, the inhibitions and all your taboos, they are creating amazing nude photography, amazing hot and sexy pictures, wild content, okay? When I'm saying wild, what they see is, people think that photography has to be beautiful, but when we come into a real intimacy, right, there is nothing beautiful in there, okay? It has to be raw, right? It has to be how to say, animalistic. You understand, when people are truly in their sexual element, they do not see anyone around you, they don't even see me, okay? And that's the best moment that I can catch, okay? This is not that people, when they're doing work, adult business, they plan certain positions, they plan certain outcomes, they plan certain times, okay? Everything is planned in corn, okay? But when I create normal photo shoot with a couple, we do not go into that mode, right? It has to be natural, right? The spark has to come naturally. We're creating by the flow, okay, the freestyle. We're creating a certain, for example, elements or certain ideas, and the couple can change, okay, and just move and do something else, which will not happen in corn, okay? You see, so there will be many different stuff going on when it comes to couples, because couples would like to have a romance and vanilla situation. Couples would like to go into hardcore mode, right, and stay there, nudity and hardcore, and they don't need anything. There are couples who would like to try fetish. They bring a lot of fetish outfits and toys they bring, and so on. So there are different couples, okay, who vibrate in a different energy, and they create a different content, okay? And I'm making these galleries available for one simple reason, because there is an energy there, okay? When I start shooting couples, I came from that point that I want to see all of those happy and intimately connected couples which are long time together, okay? And I mean long time, 20 years and more. I want to capture that energy. I want to feel that. I want to learn from that. Okay? How they're managing, right? And when we see this information, right? Photography, it's a coding. It's an information. If you are able to reach that point with people, right? And everything goes through the energy. Okay? If people collide, why couples cannot create an erotic movie to the point that it's like real? Because you see, when you are in a sexual vibe, when you are in a climax, you are out of control. Okay? And the photography and video content is that person who is filming has to be in control of what is going on. Okay, so all of those two elements are not possible at one unless you hire a professional, right? Or you can put a camera on the tripod, but it's not going to be the same. Okay, that is why couples hire professional to film what's happening when they create that amazing, spark with them, right? And they connect. Then they can re-edit their story. Then they can experiment. They can try new things. Okay, they can go bonkers, seriously, right? That's why they're looking erotic photo shoot with no limits. Okay, so what will be else on my gallery? There will be men's section because I shot a lot of men. Nude photography, erection photography, right? There will be men's section. And of course, there will be a fantasy section. Okay, and the most popular fantasies, there will be two topics. Threesome topic, okay, and cuckold fantasy topic in my galleries. Because that's what couples like to shoot and create, right? So this is their fantasy. Seriously. So that would be the whole disclosure of what will happen on the memberships, right? When people will join my art galleries, they will see women, men, they will see professional models, okay? And of course, they will see couples. Couples acting out, couples doing real stuff, okay? And couples creating erotic fantasies with the models. That would be the content of erotic galleries. And of course, there will be a membership fee, okay? And over 20 years, I have created so much that slowly, I will be moving into one gallery, okay? I can't do it over 1 month because it's just too much of a content to process and get over, yeah? So let me quickly say hi here because I am online and I can see that there are many people launching here. Let me just say quickly hi, and I'm answering today questions about erotica. Okay, erotic photo shoot, erotic photography, erotic videos, okay, and erotic fantasies, right? Okay, hi, hello everyone. I'm scrolling here. As much as I can see, I can answer. Hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello. Hi, hello, hi, hello. Thank you for your emojis. Thank you for your emojis. Hi, hello. I am too hard to draw. I need me an art. Too hard to draw. I think the catch was too hard, okay, to draw. But I can relate to this because there are a lot of guys who would come and say, it is very hard to take a picture, of me. I am not photogenic, okay? And that is one of the opinions that it comes from a society, right? That something is wrong with you or something is not right. However, okay, that's true that we made from two parts, right? If you would take a portrait of yourself, which is one of the tests I'm doing in one of the courses, Eros Transformation course, about your acceptance and about your sexuality, right? We would take a picture of a face and then we would connect left and left part and right, and you would see how different those two faces are, okay? So usually we do not accept, or a left side or a right side. If you would speak with the actors, they would say, which one is my best side, this one or this one, okay? They know, okay? They know which the best side. Photographers, if you study photography, that would be another thing. If you're doing portraits, you will be that person who examine the face of your client and we'll be taking a certain angle, okay, to create that appealing look, right? We all strive for the beauty, okay? It has to be beautiful. But you see, erotica doesn't have to be beautiful, it has to be sexy, okay? And sexy is a totally different information, it's confidence, okay? And when you have that energy, authentic energy about yourself, okay, then you're straight away beautiful, no matter it's left or right, okay? Because we accept the energy. And the eyes, they're recording information, and you still accept all the information with your brain. Okay, it doesn't matter. Eyes are the tools, ears are the tools. All the information is processed in your brain anyway. If your brain is hijacked, right, it has viruses, let me just say, okay, because there are a lot of men, they would understand what I'm saying. If your brain has a virus, you would not see that picture correctly. That's why I have this term, okay, distorted image. When beautiful people look at themselves in a mirror or look at themselves in on the picture, and they do not recognize themselves as a beautiful, okay, they do not see it. They do not see it, and that happens to men as well as to women, okay. So as soon as you change the drive, okay, or clean the system, mother panel, clean mother panel, they see themselves in a different way, okay. You can change that through one photo shoot, to be fair, right? Or you can change from a numerous how to say, visits with your psychologist, right? People are doing that, okay. So hard to draw or hard to take a picture if you have a good photographer, and if you have a good painter. If you have a good photographer, he will explain you. It's not only about the photographer, okay? It's also information, how you accept the information about yourself in your brain, okay? The photographer can take an amazing, beautiful, gorgeous pictures, but what you would see is ugly you, okay? All distractions, you would see all the imperfections, you would see what is wrong with you, okay? No, seriously, that's how it works. It's like a virus inside of your brain, okay? And then people try to fix themselves. They go to surgeons. They try to fix and they cannot stop fixing, and not that, you know, how to say that the procedures were wrong, but the file is broken inside their head. Okay, so they want to fix it to the normal, you know, how to say, result, and this result never reachable for them. Okay, so that's the problem. It's in their head. Okay. Okay, so if you have a good photographer, he will take a good picture of you. Yeah. Okay. And why they need people, why they need photography, or when they need to see art. Art has a certain power. Okay. Art makes you feel something. Okay. It attaches to you. Right. When we look, for example, when we go to exhibitions, why there are so many human bodies, right, painted in the olden days. If you go to any kind of exhibition, you will see a lot of human flesh, right? Because we have to examine this, we have to see this. We are different, everyone is different, and acceptance of different figure, different proportions, it's one of the ways to do it, to looking at how the others look like, right? And we then compare, and then we will understand through that perception our beauty, right? So that's why we have a lot of art created about the woman's body, okay? So that men would recognize it and understand. It's the same with you. If you do not like yourself to the certain point, you would go and create erotic photography, and there will be artwork in there that would create a therapeutic effect. Okay, if it's a certain art, it happened to me. I did art therapy to people. When we create amazing art, there is no reason for them not to love themselves. They see it in a different way because they're feeling themselves. Okay, that's why you need art. Okay, when you how to say, not approach it in a physical way, but approach it in an emotional way. Okay, we have emotional, spiritual body, right? We have senses, right? We have a body to feel those emotions, okay? What happens in our head, we try to block it. In our head, we try to block it, and body is suffering. When you're blocking emotions or not letting in, the body is suffering and start breaking, right? So that's what happens. It's not performing in a certain way. It's not cleaning in a certain way. It's not revamping, re-editing itself. It's not curing itself, right? Okay, you are seriously so gorgeous. I love your smile and your nose. Okay, thank you. Very specific, very specific. And the nose. Mr. Wonderful, let me have you. Okay, from Oregon. Hello, hello from Oregon. Hair, eyes, and smile flawless. I'd give you my house. Right, okay. How big is the house? I have a very big house already, and believe me, when you have a 4-floor house, there is a lot of cleaning going on. So you not give me the house, give me the house with the cleaner. Then I will think about it. What is your belief or religion? I'm Christian. I am Christian. That is my belief. That's how I was born. And Christian when I was a child. And when it didn't happen, I didn't have a choice, right? Usually that's the thing. Okay, we cannot choose later. We can change, but okay, you look good for your age. Thank you. Thank you for recognizing my age. Thank you. Okay, you have incredible stunning eyes. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. 42 messages. I have literally 10 minutes with you. Okay, so I am discussing today erotic galleries. Okay, I am an adult content creator, boudoir photographer, nude photographer, photographer for couples. I've created a lot of erotica in the past 20 years. Okay, not only that, I started with photography, then I moved to videography. Okay, because I just found the session isn't complete when I'm shooting with couples, make love stories. Okay, I miss a lot of content when I work with the camera, right? I need to film, and so that's how I moved into film, because I didn't want to miss it. It was just too precious for me. The information was flowing constantly, and I had to have it all. Okay, so I moved to videos. That's why the videos will be available on my membership channel. And I am planning to load the content to Telegram, because you see on the website, I cannot communicate with you. Okay, my galleries were popular on the website. I just tested it out. Okay, I have a lot of sign in, but I was never able to communicate with anyone. Imagine on Telegram, okay, not only that, can you visit the gallery, see the artwork, you can leave me a feedback, okay? You can express yourself and you can communicate with me, right? That's why I thought this is a great idea. 51 new messages, okay. There is the energy between us to do more between us. Okay, circles. I'm full of energy and I need a good woman to feel the same way. I understand. Good man needs a good woman. Yes. Okay, I just need something that not just arouse me. Yeah, mental stimulation. I understand. Okay, or interracial. It's going into erotic fantasies. I think older women are fantasies. I think older women are fantasies too. Can I be a muse? Come in, fire you, ready, watch, enjoy. I want to see the studio in person. The studio, I'm an artist. Nice to meet you. Artist saying hi to the artist. Great, great. Thank you for writing, okay? Thank you for expressing yourself. You see, when we have this communication flowing, at least I know who is with me on the line, okay? Where are you from? I am from Lithuania originally. Okay, hi, hi, hello, true. Oh my god, damn. I do not accept any calls. Okay, when I'm live, this is only me talking, unless I would have someone who can share an experience of erotic photography. Okay, that's the only person I would invite to my life. Okay, pull out forward. Please don't do your eyes blinking like that. My eyes, I find, don't touch. Okay. Okay. Okay, I have 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes. So in those 5 minutes, I will check your messages later. 32 new messages. Okay. I have no time here, but let me just finish my announcement about erotic galleries opening, okay? Because there is just some galleries are still empty, and of course, this is erotic fantasy shoots, okay? So I will be loading that. I will be loading fetish gallery. I will be loading cuckold fantasy galleries, and I will be loading threesome. Okay, threesome, but couples and solo ladies kind of started and prepared already. Okay, so why do I want to show people the art? Okay, and what is different? Art, creating sex art, and creating a corn photography. Okay, first of all, the agenda. Okay, the goal is different, right? And the goal is everything because it's an energy. You see, if you're shooting people because they love themselves, they want to explore themselves, they want to connect with the partner, they want to feel a passion and desire, they want to feel a novelty, they want to experiment, there is nowhere there a goal is to make money, okay, or be famous, right? There is nowhere, right? So the energy when we're shooting normal people just experimenting, okay, and growing, developing themselves sexually, right, mentally, right, it is a very big task already, right? And the energy is different with every couple, okay? But it is a real energy, right? When I'm shooting corn, everything is by plan. And the reason why I'm shooting is to make more money or to make more exciting for their followers, for the clients, okay? To make more money. So the goal is to make money, okay, and the goal is to look for money shots, okay. When we make content for money, I would not show you how it started, how it's on. I would just show you money shots, okay. That's the difference. When I'm shooting content with a simple, you know, how to say, couple, right, they have a totally different energy and they develop a totally different content. Yes, up close it looks like corn, okay? But if you take the distance and if you see how they started, okay, and how they were awkward and how they were, you know, stiff or frozen in the moments, right? And then you see how it's escalated, you can learn from it and you can feel it, okay? And you can get inspired by the moment when they started and how they finish, okay? Because they finish with climax, you know, the real one, okay, not faked, not pretend, not for money and not for pain, okay. So this type of content I will be presenting to you, okay, for your development, for your education, okay. People watching a lot of, you know, I just met this guy and all he wants to talk is about cars and motorcycles. I mean, seriously, there is a lot of information about your hobbies already taken in, right? But I do not see people very much invest into their sexual development, intimate development, relationship development, right? How it looks like with people who are 20 years together, how they are making love. Okay, because what we see is a breakup around, yeah? No, that's true, okay? And sad stories. So I don't want to show any of that. I just want to show real sexuality, real energy, the art that will make you feel stuff, okay? Seriously. And the more I would post, I think the more people would appreciate this. Because that's how you would get that information, what is missing. In my life, when I grow up, I was missing these examples who can show me a long-term relationship with the intimate connection. You see people when they stay together, they very often become friends, drift into the friend zone, and they are not able to save this sexual attraction, to make that still interesting and new and start the game from nothing, right? Just start playing with each other. That's just the gazing, just, you know, just a body position, just something. You see, that's how it is in life. Erotica, it's necessary to maintain your healthy relationship with your partner, okay? If you do not have an intimacy, okay, if you do not have a connection, real certain vibes that you know, you want to go higher and higher with your intimate experience, right? Your food should be better and more tastier. Yes or no? Right? So, you know, with that kind of a creatures, our brain gets bored very quickly. Okay, my brain gets bored very quickly during the photo shoot because I'm get bored to seeing the same positions and to seeing the same routine they are running. Okay, so I interfere and I ask them to switch to do something different, right? I get bored very quickly. So I understand people get bored in their connection and relationship. And that is where erotica comes. Okay? Erotica, it's a repair. Erotica, it's how to say, re-editing your story. Okay, revamping, redoing, remaking, whatever. It's that's erotica. Okay, and people in being together, they can start new again, again and again and again. Okay, 50 messages. Thank you so much for all your messages. Love you, kiss you, mean it. I will reply to your messages if something is very important for me to say. I will make even videos. I'm not saying I reply to everyone. Usually I just go online and directly speak with people online if I catch their messages. Okay, I like your tone of voice and accent. I can tell you, when I started doing lives and speak about erotica, my tone was different. Okay, it depends on energy, right? Especially for women, you can recognize, right? Woman has a very yelly voice if they are not satisfied, if they are not happy, and this is attention for men. Okay, if you think that her voice is very high, it means she needs some loving, you know, some caring and some loving, right? That's what you should give, right? When you have a calm voice, the nerve system is relaxed. Okay, so now when I'm talking about erotic, I'm not nervous. But I left a lot of videos, old videos on YouTube, when I was constantly nervous discussing this topic. Because erotic, it's a taboo to talk about, right? People are nervous to speak about their fantasies. People are nervous when they're undressing. Okay, the voice is changing, right? And because I already made a lot of videos, okay, I'm not nervous anymore. I don't think what to say, okay? But before I did, right? So my voice was different. And I can tell you, everyone can go into this phase, right? It's an experience for me. When people start shooting, right? Or they're nervous before the shoot and they're giving me a call, the voice is just, you know, terrified. Okay, they express it with their voice. When the men talk about erotica, they stumble. There is a silence on the other end. The silence, and I constantly breaking that silence because they don't know what to say, how to express this, their fantasy. When I ask what you would like to shoot, okay, you know, and adults still find it difficult, okay? Intimacy, it's an adult thing, it's not for children, okay? When children are stumbling and when children are scared or nervous to talk about it, okay, it's understandable. When adults feel the same or act the same, it means that they are in that child's energy, okay? Child's energy, that's my my observation, right? So when I speak calmly, I am just talking about my topic. Thank you so much for noticing. Okay, thank you so much for noticing. And like I said, I'm being very honest. Okay, it wasn't like that all the time. Okay, first of all, I was so nervous that I was forgetting English. You know, I'm saying English is my fourth language. Okay, and I learned this so I will be able to express at least some of the information, what I see during the photo shoot, what I hear, okay, and what I feel with my clients, so that you would know that there is real sexual energy out there, that there are couples who are seriously doing it and crushing it with their lives. Okay, not everyone is splitting up and breaking their relationship after a certain time. There are couples who striving and having the same energy vibe, okay, and they want to be together and they want these adventures and they want to get prepared and they want to have a sexy time, okay, they do. That's why I need to show you these things. So thank you for noticing and mentioning this. Okay, I really appreciate that. You're absolutely correct. Thank you. Right. Hello. She doesn't need you. Okay. In my length and the big enough. Can you throw that wagon? Okay. About sizes. Okay. You are checking with me if your size is okay. You need to be checking size with your woman. Okay. With your woman, not with me. Because you see, every woman wants a different size. Right? It's not about big and huge. Okay. Yes, erotic photography fantasies most of the time related to size. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, because women are choosing and they want something extraordinary. Okay, but normal woman, okay, they would not choose you for size. Okay, so you need to have more information about that. Okay, I will talk maybe about that. Okay, what else here? Honey, I have to go to sleep. You know, no one is stopping you. Okay, what is that? Right, I have Telegram. Great that you have a Telegram. So like I say, I am on Telegram preparing erotic galleries, okay? And I will be presenting my memberships for sex art galleries there, okay? And there will be option not only look at the content but comment and connect and ask the questions. That's the whole, you know, situation on the Telegram, which is not available on the website. There is not an option like that. So I think it's great. Okay, it's not so straightforward. Okay, because when you go to the website, you can just create in the back end a beautiful website with erotic galleries. That's a big plus, but it still doesn't give you that connection point. Okay, so I don't know. It will be a test for me. It will be a test for you to see how it works. Maybe it will work great, maybe not, we shall see. And now I have to finish this because I have an event to attend, 41 messages. Thank you so much, and I will go live and we will chat next time. Thank you for now, and I am going. Okay, thank you for staying.